Hey guys, it is time for wrestling news. We are on Punky's Pro Wrestling. Okay. This weekend, Sami Zayn became the undisputed WWE champion at Night of Champions. That's crazy. I'll save that one for last. After nearly a month in the hospital, Jim Ross is set to be discharged on Tuesday, per his own post. I don't know what he's in the hospital for, but JR's had a lot of issues. Matter of fact, he posted, he had skin cancer. He's had other health battles, cancer a couple of times, skin cancer and another kind of cancer, which were both caught early and able to be eradicated. He's 74. He also had Bell's palsy back in the day, which left him appearing as though he had a stroke. And what else? I know there was one more thing. Well, of course, he lost his wife, the love of his life, in a skiing accident a few years ago, which was tough for him. But JR has been having a lot of medical issues, and we certainly wish him the best in a full recovery. He is only 74, which to young people may sound old, but it's really not. And to me, it doesn't sound old. Because my mother died at 67 and my father died 2 days before he would have turned 73. So, to me, not so old. But he didn't say, like I said, what he was in the hospital for. He's done very little commentary. Because the travel is very hard on him right now. But again, we wish him the best. Tatanka's son has a WWE tryout at SummerSlam after training with Natty Neidhart at Hart Dungeon 2.0, her training school in Florida. Bruce Pritchard is returning to his responsibilities at WWE. Linda McMahon is facing impeachment hearings. The articles have been written. They have to go to a committee. Then they'll determine whether they'll actually put it through. I don't know that they will because they're all Republicans. But, you know, they have a Republican majority, so they probably won't. I understand why this Democratic senator put it through, or attempted to put it through. And she's right. She said, this woman is dismantling the Department of Education. She's the Secretary of Education. For what reason, I don't know. What qualifications Linda McMahon has as Secretary of Education, I can't imagine. Wouldn't you want a school teacher? I'm sorry, you give your friends a job just because? She lost her race for senator twice? I'm sorry, no, that's not how it works. You give the job to someone who's qualified. Now, Joe Biden could have given that job to his wife, who would have been more than qualified. Jill Biden would have been more than qualified for that job. Teacher, professor, lifelong educator. He didn't do that. I said that right from the beginning, that Jill could have been the Secretary of Education, but he didn't do that. He didn't use nepotism. this isn't nepotism because McMahon's not related to him, but her husband's one of his closest friends. And with everything that's going on with her husband, you'd think the idiot-in-chief would want to distance himself, but not so much, because he is the idiot-in-chief, in my opinion. Sorry. My cousin won't like to hear that, but it's my opinion. I have a right to my opinion, just like she has a right to hers. Our senator was hilarious. Actually, our representative. He said, you know, I'm so used to people saying things to me like, Biden's losing his mind and Trump's a jerk. He said, and I agree with both. I thought that was funny. No, he said, and both are true, which I thought was kind of funny. Biden's 80-something years old. He's got a right to be losing his marbles a little bit. Trump's losing his too. Trump is also 80 years old. Again, has a right to be losing his marbles a little bit. But anyway, yeah. So Linda McMahon's in a little bit of hot water that probably won't amount to a hill of freaking beans. Tatanka's other son is also looking forward to someday getting a tryout, but he's only 17. So, like I said, Bruce Pritchard is returning to his responsibilities. Missy Hyatt had a bad car accident on June 2nd and will require surgery for her injuries, although she didn't go into it. She did say that she would have to take care of herself alone because she doesn't have anyone, which is kind of sad. I hope that the wrestling community rallies around her. It's also being said the accident had nothing to do with drugs or alcohol, which is a good thing. Maybe she's clean and sober now. It's possible. Now, the neatest news that I saw. AJ Styles' son, Avery Jones, made his wrestling debut on Friday, June 26th, this past Friday, in Georgia. I actually got to watch a clip. He's good. He's natural. I mean, he did the slide under the barricade, jump up on the barricade, and the phenomenal forearm like he was his dad. I mean, perfection. I guess he'd been training, which surprises me because I thought AJ wanted his boys to go to college before they started wrestling. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, I should probably tell you how old Avery is. Avery's about to turn 19 in September. So Avery's grown. It's not like he's a kid or anything. He's 18. Yeah, AJ said he wouldn't train them until they got out of college. And I know his oldest son is in college. Avery's the second. Like I said, he's about to turn 19 in September. He was born in 2007. And his oldest son, AJ, was born in 2005. And he was born in May. So he turned 21 in May. That's insane. 21, 19. The little guy was born in... No, I have it wrong. Avery was born in February. Avery's already 19. The little guy was born in September, and he will be 17. Holy Moses. And in October, Annie will be 12. That's insane. That means he has all teenagers and adults. All teenagers and young adults. Because 12 is a teenager. It just is. Especially for a girl. Because you're talking about puberty. You could talk about puberty at 10 or 11 these days for a girl. And becoming a young lady. So, to me, that's a teenager. When I was 12, my mother told me I was a teenager. So, yeah. And was there anything else I missed? No, I think that's it. Thank you so much. Just checking off stuff on my to-do list. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. There's my tripod in the background. My kid missing sign as well. My E from my mom, Ella. Anyway, thank you again, like I said, so much for joining me. God bless you. Congratulations to Avery on his debut. Prayers for Jim Ross. I do not have an update on Larry Shreve, aka Abdullah the Butcher. If I get one, I will bring it to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Bye, guys.